BLASTMUSIC247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.
Hey. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I am Melikia K, Courtney, and you have tuned into SXP MetaMorphosis 365. I'll start with gratitude because that's just a part of who I am. I am grateful to be here with you. I'm grateful to BLAST Music for creating a podcast starting place so I can learn this whole world of podcasting. Hey, PPP. Hey, Scott, partner. Let me throw these up there and say hi to my people because I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And thank you to Sunshine Cromwell, who I always thank every show because she was talking about me behind my back in a good way. And how many of us could honestly use someone who's talking about you behind your back in a positive way? And extended this invite to come and be with you guys here on this podcast nation. If you haven't followed Melikia K. Courtney on YouTube, please do. And then also, if you have not followed, there we go. BLASTMUSIC247.com. Here's your opportunity. QR code makes it really, really easy for you to connect. You want to connect for two reasons. One, if you're an artist, you would like to register as an artist and have your music and videos shared right in podcasts that are offered. Two, as a fan, so that you can come and indulge in all of the wonderfulness that is provided for podcasts. So boom, you had time for that. I may offer that to you later on, just in case you didn't get it. Lots of stuff to cover today, so I wanted to jump in. Title for today, y'all, Race Ya to Be Still. All right, let's do a little background. For clarity, I know some folks like the bumpy music and they keep along, but for my ASMR people, for my sensory sensitive folks, we keep it to the voice. So let's get into this thought. I am one of those humans that care. Sometimes it may be that I care too much, but I don't think that's bad, and I'm not going to charge it that way. I don't think that's good. I'm not going to charge it that way. I'm just going to charge it to the is, okay? And we're going to keep in that neutral zone of the is. When I say that I am one of those humans who I tire physically, emotionally, energetically from all of the noise that tends to get poured out in the medias, whether it's the social media, whether it's the news, whether it's the not so much the community media, because I keep good people around me, thank God. Still the same, I can say that when I'm opening certain apps, the things that are popping up, I'm like, okay, yeah, but nah. And several months ago, it came to me to start touching back into my discipline. Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore, I used to hit them speeches and share wonderful thoughts from the thought leaders prior. And it came to me, who is speaking today? Who is consistently speaking? I'm not talking about in political election zone time, on the calendar now. Everybody wants to talk to you and tell you this and tell you that. But who is speaking continually and encouraging us to tap into our humanity? So what had happened was last Friday, and hop with me. You guys know how I teach, definitely lecture style. So grab these thoughts and you're going to pin them to conclusion. Friday, Mick Collins joined my partner and I, partners, a bunch of awesome people in our group, Partners in Rhyme, Lyrical Vibes. This is on Clubhouse for a poetry set. And he is the Perfect 10 Club on Instagram, if you'd like to check out Mick. Mick came to us and he shared his story. Now, the story, trigger warning, is one of childhood sex trafficking, abuse, overcoming that situation to the point where now he is an adult, he is married, he has beautiful daughters and grandbabies, and he is in turn teaching. Okay, he is teaching children who went through the traumas that he went through. That is a huge, huge heart. Well, during his sets, he began to share some things that were profound. And he went through some statistics from continent to continent and understand and trust that the U.S. was not innocent. Okay, not innocent. And it kind of reminded me like, all right, God put this on your heart to do a while ago. It's time to really touch it. So we're going to touch on it a little bit tonight. I'm going to share a bit of a speech with you. Also, a little thought for you Bible folks, and I won't even say thumpers, just people who appreciate the word and appreciate spirit. 2 Corinthians 4:18 is kind of what I landed on when I went hunting. I went to go find out and see what was said. The statement of only what you do for Christ will last, stuff like this, right? So I'm like, okay, is that really in the Holy Bible written, or is that someone's translation of what they read? Well, I went hunting and I did not find word for word on that one. I did, because I'm going to research. I'm not just going to read the one little scripture. I'm going to read the whole thing. I want to understand what was the times, and what I intend to do is go back and break it down. And I encourage you to do the same if you are studying. I don't care what you're studying. If it's the Holy Bible, if it's the Quran, if it's the Tao Te Ching, whatever you're studying, please study in context and see what's there. And then as far as you can get back in the original language, do that. Now, racy to be still. So these are racing things that these are the things that might get your heart racing when you hear about ICE pulling up on graduations and people fleeing and getting hurt, when you hear about the hate, folks spitting, people shooting, police abusing their authority and acting as murderers. Okay, things like this. Like, these are the things that can get your heart to racing. And what I'd like to do tonight is a bit of shaping. I'd like to shape a direction to move your heart in. And I'm going to give it to you out the gate just so you understand and you're clear. My heart is to push you toward peace. All right. My heart is to push you toward that be still and know. That be still and know all is well. God's still God, and we're going to be all right. We just might have to go through a few things to get to that all right. All right. So that encouragement stands. If you're going to read a thing, if you're going to believe a thing, investigate the thing you believe in, the thing that you teach and teach your children. And I offer it very simple in the context of that, but let's understand even that is a copy-paste situation. You can copy it from this conversation we having right here, and you can paste it into whatever it is you've chosen to believe. I had a woman say to me to my face, a woman can't lead this nation. And I could not rightly strangle her, nor could I. No, I could not shake her. And nor did I want to. I kind of hope that brains turn on. You see what I mean? And that is going to take awareness, and that is going to take great conversation, and that's going to take us out of our skin color into our freaking humanity. Again, not back to Mick Collins, because he did a great job of pointing us back to our humanity. Well, normally I don't go into this type of thing on here, but this will be fit to do. Let me share this with you guys. This is a call to heal and a call to unite. All right. And I keep notes so I stay on track. How about that? My brothers, my sisters, my fellow travelers on this burning bridge of history. We got this together not simply because we must, but because we can. And for those who understand the importance of that, because we can, that's that constitutional democracy that keeps those rights protected, because there is something still sacred about the human spirit when it decides to rise. Not in rage, but in resolve. Not in hate, but in a holy love. Not with blame, but with blazing truth. So it's not just a speech. It's a mirror, a movement, a moment. And I really believe that life is built on moment after moment after moment. We get to choose. We are standing at the corner of a collapse and a calling. If you're looking around, you see what I see. If your head's in the sand, maybe you won't. And I'm here to ask you not to look away. And it's blew me away because even in this, this was created prior to the room on Friday. And I really felt that whole sense there. Like, this is not the time to look away, though your heart may be racing and it may be pressing you to run or be in fear or fall down or quit. This is not that time. This is not time to look away. Not this time, right? So let us not pretend that the fracture of this nation is accidental. We know this is on purpose. The powers that be have waged a war not with bombs, but with beliefs. Stay on BS in both senses of the word. Not with tanks, but with tweets. All right? Over here acting out. And with every wedge, they drive deeper between the rich and the poor, the black and the white, the immigrant and the native, woman and man. They ask us to forget what it means to be human. And the enemy wears many masks. Classism, where wealth is worshipped and poverty is punished. Insane. Racism, still baked into the cotton and blood-stained soil, still bleeding in our schools. Still bleeding in our schools. Xenophobia, the ugly twin of fear and false patriotism. Supremacy and hatred, sold like snake oil wrapped in red, white, and bruised. They've turned our differences into danger, and our silence, our opt-in blindness is kind of how it occurs to me, mixed with some silence. That's not neutrality, man. That's, my friends, that's collaboration, right? As the great Emmett Burke said, the only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good people to do nothing. Melikia, okay, fine, then what do I do? Something as simple as what I'm doing right now. Open up your throat and let the truth come out. Now, let me make it relevant for today. Inaction in the face of injustice is injustice in dress shoes. It's just making it look pretty. Injustice is injustice regardless. Okay? Regardless, color, position, financial position, none of the above. Modern injustice is injustice. I can't press that enough. Holy Bible teaches us, love thy neighbor as thyself. And I think it's important to talk about this because we have a lot of people spouting how they're following Christian values and how they love the Lord, and then turning around and treating people next to them like trash. We got to look at that. Quran teaches us, do not let hatred of others lead you away from justice. Kindness in words creates confidence. Kindness in thinking creates profoundness. Kindness in giving creates love. And I am going to, God willing, always be a proponent of love, a proponent of peace, a proponent of returning to your humanity. And yet all too often these holy books have been twisted. We've seen it. We read it. We were taught it. Used to chain the soul instead of free it, used to justify slavery, to silence women, to further institutionalize poverty, to colonize continents and minds. But hear me when I say to you, we are not obligated to repeat the mistakes of our fathers. We are not obligated to go right back around the merry-go bush and do stupid in our decision making. We're just not obligated to do that. If we do not work actively, fiercely, daily, loudly to heal this country, and that's from whatever cell you want to build it out from, whether it is self, whether it is family, community, work, yada. Get the picture? If we do not work actively, fiercely, daily, loudly to heal this country, then we are no better than the hands that held the whips. It's that time. It is time to get active, get involved. Don't sit by, don't turn your head, don't pretend you're not saying what you're saying. You can at least speak up if you're not comfortable doing anything more. As a philosopher, Santanius warned, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. I, for one, am not interested. And we got receipts. We already have receipts on what occurred, okay? We just need the courage to read them. I'll get to another conversation in just a minute. I want to work through this and then we'll come back. Or maybe we'll pause here and say that too. Had a conversation with someone I loved still. And it got tense, y'all. It got tense and touchy. And I offered receipts. I've offered receipts for years. Anything I say, I do my best. Like if there's a question and I have an answer, I'm going to share it. And then at the same time, I'm in the Black Lady Blues feeling like I don't need to be your dictionary, your Google, or your YouTube when the information is right there. But I'm still willing in certain points. Anyway, fast forward goes. Justice. We need the courage to read the receipts and take action. Okay, to classism, because I'd like to offer some counters. We don't have to just sit with that. To classism, we answer with dignity for all labor, be it boardroom, broom, or sidewalk hustler. To racism, we respond with relentless truth telling and reparative justice. To xenophobia, we counter with hospitality and curiosity, remembering that the pilgrims were once undocumented too. To ideations of supremacy, we stand with shared power, not a ladder, but a circle. And to hatred, we throw the wildest, most rebellious, most divine grenade known to man. Love. A country where the poor are not criminalized, but prioritized. Can you imagine that? Where our differences are not weaponized, but woven together. Where a Black child and a white child can learn not just history, but how to heal. Can we figure that out? We figured out how to get in the classrooms together. We figured out how to marry. We figured out how to build families. We figured out how to build communities and culture. And between the lines of skin color, can we figure out how to freaking heal? Because it really is about that time. Okay. Whew. Where truth isn't censored, but centered. Not censored, but centered. Where love isn't soft, it's strategic. I believe in the strategy. Have spent years teaching people how to create a strategy to exit unwanted experiences or memories, because it falls in one of the two. We're creating now. Tomorrow never's coming. It's never coming. Okay. I see a nation where empathy sits at the head of the table, and leadership isn't about power. It's about the people. We got to get back to the people. I'm old enough to remember certain things, y'all. I ain't gonna tell my age, but I'm old enough to remember certain things. This is literally your call to action. Steps to unite and heal. What we do now? That would be kind of the question. Like, okay, we've laid out what's going on. We see a glimpse of what could be. But let's talk about it. We act, we build, we become. We act, we build, we become. Comfort. Confront your comfort. Ask, where have I benefited from the pain of others? I think that's a very powerful question. I had to sit with it for myself, because I'm not going to just ask you what I'm not going to ask me, right? And I was thinking, like, where are the places that I've benefited from someone else's pain? And where I could definitely agree was there are some communities, races of people who have handled work and jobs that were paid way less than what they should have been paid. And they were played. So I guess that's coming out of my mouth, but get the picture. I had to sit in that thought like, okay, God, I definitely participated in that. And that was not even intentional, but I am not going to sit here and pretend like it wasn't me. I'm not going to do that. And this is not a stabby blame game. This is not a you ain't so good type of conversation. This is not that. This is not a, oh, you're wrong, finger shaking. Put all of that away. This is, hey, it's time to come together and look at some things. It's time to come together and be honest. It's time to speak up when you sit at the table with your family, who may or may not be saying some stuff that's not cool. And even if it comes across funny, maybe it's just really not cool. It's not funny. All right. How are you spending your dollars? Are you only spending your dollars with a specific community or race? Are you only allowing your children to engage with a specific community or race? Are you letting prejudice and hatred keep you away from maybe somebody magnificent. Had a conversation over the weekend. A young gent was checking out a young lady, and he was a handsome dude. She wasn't having no parts of it. You the picture? Don't miss your blessing because you blinded by somebody's skin color. Okay, great. Comfort. Confront your comfort. Where have I benefited from the pain of others? Listen loudly. This is it is a test. It is a skill to listen. It really, really is a skill to listen. And again, back to the race here. Sometimes we're racing to our conclusion. We're racing to the herd. And for those who hear in the spirit, sometimes we're racing beyond what we already heard. And no, even in that, there is a be still. A be still. Listen loudly. Make space for voices you were taught to avoid or fear. Were you taught to avoid? Some voices were you taught to be fearful? I gotta say, I remember watching TV growing up, and if I only had the example of television, I would have been afraid of black men all my life, because on TV they were only portrayed as villains or victims. One of the two V's, one a hero in sight for a long, long while. We have come a long way, baby. Still got a ways to go. Understand, the box, that TV, the streaming, the cell phone, the computer, they are teaching you. They are teaching you how to see, who to believe, how to respond. And sometimes it's just a subconscious pour. So when you go and do your inventory, when you go and look at yourself and see how you moving, how you believing, how you behaving, consider that as well. Put yourself in some other surroundings and learn how to be comfortable there too. Vote your values, not your fears. I think that's a strong comment. A lot of folks don't want to talk about voting or religion. I'm going to talk about it at all because we need to. We need to have that conversation. And folks get to vote how they vote. You know, vote how you vote. But I will say that this last election is going to be that moment that shifts behavior. I really believe that folks are going to take time to investigate a little bit harder because you thought one way and something else showed up, just straight showed up. So I think this is a lesson in the words of the wise. We'll see how it moves future. All right. Show up where it's hard. Show up in conversations that challenge you. Go to some rooms that stretch you. Be able to hear and listen and understand where someone's coming from, even if it is completely unrelated. You don't agree. You don't even like it. But listen anyway. You might learn something. And eventually that something you learn may be what you're able to help someone else come out of that bondage mindset with. All right. Show up where it's hard. Show up in conversations that challenge you, rooms that stretch you, streets that need you. Practice a visible love. Not the kind where you whisper it, but the kind you wear like armor, like that proud out loud love that is not going to shrink back and step aside and look away when dirty stuff is happening, and you can affect change even by speaking up or getting involved. These are things we can do. So y'all, in the closing of that thought, you are not powerless. You are not hopeless. You are not too late. You're right on time. So let the healing begin with you, with your prayers, your plans, and your passion. Let the unity start now, not with slogans, but with soul. Get your heart involved. Get your energy involved. Get your mind involved. Get freaking involved. Now is the time. This land is, I'm flat out. This land, though cracked, it is not broken. And the people, though bruised, we still believe. I still believe in the people. We believe in better angels. We believe in a holy rebellion. We believe that we together can still write a new chapter in this American scripture. Because like everything, we are writing history right now. Like every day, we are writing history right now. What have you written in your history that you will be proud of and look on as legacy and the other side of the coin, what will you regret? I ask you now, with the weight of history and the wings of hope, will you stand with me on this? Will you love louder than hate? Will you build the world they say we could never survive? Let us unite, let us heal, and let us never again make the mistake of silence. Don't mistake it for peace, because it's not. And that's kind of part of the thoughts. And this is the first time I guess I've read it out loud. And those are my thoughts. That is my heart. I would love to see us make the extra effort to heal. Have a conversation with somebody that don't look like you. Have a conversation with someone whose language may not be as divinely excellent as yours. Broken and in pieces. Break out your translator. Become, like literally become that love instrument. That's what I'm asking. I know that might be a lot for some people because we have busy lives. Mommies, daddies, worker bees, hustlers, all involved. Okay, I get it. But it still does not change the truth that we all have work to do. It does not change the fact that there is a purpose and a responsibility of love from each of us outward. It doesn't change that. All right. So I've shared kind of my first thoughts, and then I'm going to pop this song and I'll be back. Let me see. Hold on one moment, please. Oh, I don't know so much to preach, but I'm not going to sit here silently. Like that's not what I'm going to do. I'm not going to pretend that I don't see what's going on, and I will not look away. That's what I'm not going to do. I will not look away. When I see people hurting, I will not look away. When I see children being taken advantage of, I will not look away. When folks are behaving outside of their own best interest, and at the end of the day, they're welcome to do that. But at least I'm going to do my best to open up my throat and let the truth come out. Now, yes, I understand everybody has biases. I am surely not exempt. My biases are always going to be for the people. I am that champion. I am that warrior. I am that priest. Believe and trust it. That's how you're going to know I'm coming from that corner. I even brought my friend with me today who hopped out my bag when I was doing something. So hello. So she's sitting me, keep me company just in case I offend everybody and they run away. But the truth is the truth. And come back and listen to it and consider what I'm saying. I'm in softer tones today. We're in calmer energy because I want to make sure that what was needed was communicated. God is still God. We already have authority. We still responsible for what's going on down here. I had a chit chat with someone online who was feeling away about how things are going and some of the bills that are being passed and some things that occurred. And their comment was, God has got to come and do it. Now, I do not discount God, sovereign divine, come on, do your thing. At the same time, last time I checked, we occupy, we make these decisions, we elect these people, we advocate responsibility and move back and let somebody else handle it, and then point the finger at BMW about how it's poured out, how it winds up. Come again. All right. You made a decision. Guess what? Come back and make another decision. All right. You thought it was this way and you ran up out your mouth and said a whole lot of things, and then come to find out you was on the wrong side of history. There is no shame in apologizing. Excuse me. There is no shame in taking action because we can't change crap, but there's a way to create something new, something better. And there is always a way to show up in love. There's always something you can do about justice. I hear a lot of people with there's nothing I can do. Well, what am I supposed to do? Well, darling, you have a creative, beautiful mind. Your heart is still beating and you are yet breathing. So chances are you are in a position to do something. Grab your cell phone, grab your computer, go live, have a conversation, share what you're feeling, and love the people around you. Have mercy. And I will share that after this. There was something I shared on Facebook today that popped up. It was from, I think, September of 2024. And I will share that because it really fits right into this, but it won't be until after we come back. Because let me do what I'm supposed to do. Right quick. Let me find it. Okay.
Cause I'm thirsty. Do the hard work so that no one doesn't meet the worst me. I don't know the day or date, I just know that I'm busy. Drink my water before spin so that I don't get dizzy. Tie my hair up tight real quick so my roots don't get frizzy. Grab my phone and write a list and there's a miss text message from you. Stop me taking my trash. Tell me how you went and did that. Now you got me acting brand new. Fragile like a throwback, like the beauty of the weekend chat. I just hope that this is really you. Can't wait to see you again. Oh, kinda gave up on me, but if you ain't made of glitter, I just might reconsider. Cause I like having you around, you make me lose my nervous energy. Yo, boy, I'm still a G. I know it might be soon. I don't mind making room, cause I like having you around, yeah. Give Leo a treat and start packing up for rehearsal. Shower quick cause I know traffic right now is the worst, yo. Call my sister on the drop, but talk to my niece first, though. Can't hang out without hearing her sing her favorite verse, yo. Stop for gas, grab a snack, subtle thoughts of you. Push 'em quick to the back since it's still so new. Don't wanna jump the gun, but just someone I could know deeper. But only time will tell me if you really are a keeper. Stop me dead in my tracks. Tell me how you wouldn't did that. Now you got me acting brand new. Got me all in my bag. Working ain't got nothing on that, but is it safe to give my heart to you? Can't wait to see you again. Sorta gave up on that, but if you ain't made of glitter, I just might reconsider. Cause I like having you around, you make me lose my nervous energy, baby. And yes, I'm still a G. I know it might be soon, but I don't mind making room, cause I like having you around. Yeah. I'm at the age right now where I'm pursuing peace. Clean living in and out. I got that cycle on rinse and repeat. Too many times have tried to take me out, but I still gain defeat. Shutting them all down by force like control or delete. I know you see the point that's key. It's me having the option. Letting you in my bubble only means that I've been watching. I take my space as serious. NASA takes its satellites. I'm out this world, not all shit access me, because I'm kryptonite to every Superman wanna be. Frontin' in front of me, pretending like they man enough, but got feminine tendencies. I'd rather be home by myself, protecting my energy, waiting for the most high to finally start aligning me with. I don't know, maybe, I mean, you do got a warm, familiar feeling, and a dope kindredness too. And if I'm telling the truth, pom-poms, I'm rooting for you. If it's true without the panic, I'm willing to make the can't wait to see you again. Gotta give up the man if you ain't really glitter. I just might reconsider, cause I like having you around, you make me. That's right, I'm still a G. I know it might be soon, but I don't mind making room, cause I like having you around, yeah.
Okay. That was Tanika Sheree with her beautiful self. The song is Make Room. I seen your message about you fit the riot. I'm going to need you to riot next week. How about that? My music will be on deck. I did my best to get that up here today. Yeah. And actually, the vibe of today, that song was perfect. We needed that vibe because the other vibe is going to be on Have Fun and Mischief. So I'm looking forward to that on the next week. Okay, so as promised, I mentioned that I was going to share this piece with you guys, and I'm going to do that now. All right. So like I said before, I believe it was created September 1st of 2024. A burden for conversation. Share to those with listening ears. Even to those who refuse to hear, I cry out. God's mercies endures forever. Where is your grace? Sickness sliding seamlessly off your tongue, intended poison is spoken over the ones you love. But God's mercies endure forever. Where is your grace? A kicking slap across the face, cousin agonies as bone fractures break. Sopping up blood like liquor decorating cake. Can you relate? God's mercies endures forever. Where is your grace? Ideas grow to opinions, grow to judgments, grow to laws, never recalling the first thought was flawed. But y'all ball is rolling. Making divisions rain thick enough for an educating stripper to cover all of tuition, moving forward, studying religion. Are you ready to learn? God's mercies endure forever. Where is your grace? The foolish things still confound the wise. The deaf still ignore and cover their eyes, though daily we're living in the stay woke call. Hypnotists producing TV shows, immunization producing pharmaceuticals. Autism, diabetes, AIDS now lack mystery, designed and introduced to make their mark in history. A narrative of overpopulation to justify racial extermination, and all the while the death of blind distracted into hatreds. God's mercy endures forever. Where is your grace? We, the disappearing, beseech you, pay attention. There's a burden for conversation, something as simple as sharing a phrase, speaking up when the mind is made, falling back when it's time to listen, acting boldly on group decisions, disregarding false religion while tightly gripping spirituality. Ain't it really just time to breathe? God's mercy endures forever. Where is your grace? And that's that piece. And it came to me earlier today when I was clicking through and handling my emails, how wonderful for that to come and say hello today when we were having this conversation. Now, yes, I understand normally we are in here punching it out through the growth bag and just sharing the tools and the tips. And yeah, I'm going to share some of that too. But at the same time, like I said, we're going to have this conversation and not look away. It's not okay to be wrangling people up and arresting citizens and shipping them out the country. There is no due process, all this heinous stuff going on, things going unreported, someone completely unchecked and out of control at the helm. It's not okay to sit silent and pretend like everything is well, because it is not well in that, but all is well. Make sense of that beauty, because sovereign divide is still on the throne. God still got it. So all is well, and everything else has to meet it. Anything out of alignment has to come into the alignment of that fact. All right, so the trees are there shaking, and my people who understand that song, the trees are there shaking. All right, definitely want to share that with you all, and then let's get to these tips. So I can't make your heart race and get you all into the feels without offering you some outs, because I would like you to practice the be still. Now, the be still does not mean that you are inactive. It does not mean that you are not doing the things that you need to do. It does mean that you can maintain a stillness in your being, a peace with you. And I'm going to encourage you out the gate. Tip 1, practice a holy silence. What does that mean? You can hit it with the HOLY. You can hit it with the WHOLLY. A holy silence. It is that you take you and you alone. You don't take the dog. You don't take no company. You don't take your boo. You don't take your love. You don't take none of them. You don't take the kids. You don't take your mama, your daddy. No, nobody can go but you. All right. Take you. And so a holy silence. That means that you are not getting pinged, dinged, or buzzed. That TV ain't on in the background. Keep you company. None of the above. It's some silence. It's some quiet. All right. Because you want to get tuned back into your own personal vibration. You cannot do that when you are holding that constant feed of cell phone in your hand. It is constantly feeding your body and energy. It is constantly asking for your attention every second you're holding it. When you are at your computer, you are competing with all of the energy in it and the lights that it is offering your energy. Okay, you are communing, love. Put it down. Put it down and commune with you. Get your holy silence. I encourage you to sit still in that moment, just really to sit and be. I had a beautiful moment of absolute darkness. It felt so good. I was in the studio transitioning into the booth, and to go through that hallway, everything is just like, it's all cut off, lights off, blah, blah, blah. And it was dark. And I didn't even know what a light switch was. I didn't switch for it. So fast forward, I stood in that moment, just in a moment where everything was just dark, and adjusted my eyes. And I'm like, it felt wonderful to not being barraged by it was nice. So I encourage you to find that for yourself, not necessarily the pitch dark if that's not your thing, but I encourage it at least once for everybody. But get into your holy silence. Put the electronics down. No chatty. Just be with you. Don't even speak out. Speak in. All right. And while you're in that, you can practice whatever set of breathing makes sense to you. If you do not have a set of breathing patterns that you like to practice, go to square breathing. In 4, hold it. Exhale 4, hold it. That's your 4 right there. In, hold, out, hold. That's your 4. Very simple. And yes, for those who can breathe to 20, 60, all of that, I understand you can, but work that 4 out. It is with purpose. Work the other one out too, sure, but work your 4 out. It is with purpose. Okay. So that is one method. I am a high proponent of picking up your pen and paper. Right. I posed a question to you guys earlier. Where have you benefited from some of the pain of others? That is valid. That is worth looking into, because if you understand simple, if you need it from the Bible, what goes the ground comes around, or you reap what you sow. I think that's the Bible. More hood is what goes around comes around. And then karma got a name. We're going to pause on saying it right now, but you fell. So if you are understanding that what you put out, you are creating for yourself to walk into. If you can hold that in mind, it will be important to handle that exercise, to go hunting and find out if you have anything emotionally or energetically outstanding, something that you need to clean up with love, something that you need to ho'oponopono and pray and just clear out your spirit. If you are harboring hate, if you are harboring enemy vibes, like I don't like them just, because they them kind of behavior, late in the day for that. It's late in the day for holding grudges, being racist, being prejudiced, going out of your way to hurt people, just being a troll. It's late in the day for that behavior. Knock it off. Time to grow. Especially my folks who are over 30. It's time to grow. You over 40, you damn ridiculous if you still moving like you was 20. And that's for real. You over 50, you need a butt spanking if you behaving like you were when you were 20. Grow the hell up. Because in your adult space, you are needed. Your wisdom, must you come into it, yes, is needed to help guide. All right? Grow up. It is not cute. And I will speak on this too. I saw where the young lady who has the little bitty girl who dances, she's a cute little baby, I think 4 years old. And baby girl getting her dance on, her little cute outfits, and got her fan. Where them fans at? Blah, blah, blah. Someone called the people, 1-800 the people, on the mother and said she was a fit mom, and a whole lot of things ensued. Now, I'm not here to stand in the right or wrong of it, but what I'm going to say is this. In a world where we know folks is pedos and weirdos, please be mindful of how you present your children. They are not sexual objects or toys. There's no sunny day in ever where a 4-year-old should be in a damn bar. Are you kidding me? Okay, great. We said that out loud. Protect your children. That's a nod back to the beginning of the conversation when I spoke about our friend Mick. He was not protected. All right, we can do better. We have the examples. We've experienced enslavement in the U.S. We don't have to do that again. We have examples. Are you getting what I'm giving? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Swoosh. Okay. So I thought today was a day to have this conversation, and I'll race you to be still. Get that pen and paper out, answer that question. And not only that question, ask yourself, are there any lingering questions that I need to ask? And be still and see what comes to mind. Are there any lingering questions that I need to ask? Is there anything that I need to reconcile? Is there anything I need to forgive? Do I need to apologize? Is there something in me that's just refusing to bend? Am I being stiff-necked about anything? Am I walking in my purpose? Am I tending to my business? Am I doing what I said I would do? And that's freaking huge. If you gave your word to do something, mind your word. And if you changed your mind, there's nothing wrong with that. Communicate. All right, so all of that you can push together and make a sandwich of it and eat. I think that you can, should you choose to, Mission Impossible, I think that you can love the people you see because, and I do believe in the word somewhere it says, how you gonna love God that you can't see if you can't love the people that you see? And I'm probably butchering that, but I'm about sure I read that in there. All right, now we'll go back and look just to see if I'm as correct as is. If my pastors are listening, definitely drop it in the chat for me. But we can do better about showing up for one another. I am not saying put yourself in harm's way. I'm not advocating for that. I am on the Black Lady Blues committees where we sitting down and taking a break on certain things because we have been out there championing it and doing the whole champion flag and waving a whole lot of that. And we is tired. A little bit. At the same time, we are not inactive. Don't get confused ever on that. All right. For my praying people, I encourage you to get on that. Like for real, get on that. For my prophetic folks, get on that. Get to speaking what is gonna be, what the outcome is going to be. And I have been on my prophetic handles speaking what is going to be because I like better outcomes. I like using. I like being able to go outside and enjoy my Hispanic community in their happiness. Okay, see what I'm saying? I like being able to go outside and enjoy us all day in this lovely, beautiful brown to chocolate crisp black skin. I like it. The world would not be the same without us. Couldn't. So, I really feel like I've shared everything I need to share. There's a thought I'm manifesting too. Maybe I'll share that next week. No, I'll share it now. I have time. All right, so I love this particular game. You guys know I believe in play. I think play is one of the highest forms of learning medium and ease and peace. Like the release that comes about when you play, it's amazing. I think that might be why a lot of adults are so uptight because they forgot how to play. So let this be your reminder to play manifestation. All right. Going in with your imagination. If you are still able to connect to your inner child, and if you're still able to cast those visions and see your dinosaurs and your happy clouds and form this and form that and change colors and do all the wonderful things in your mind, why not consider being still and writing your visions and your imagination? Why stop there? Bring them on out of the imagination, put them to storyboards where you can see them and physically touch them. But begin your exercise in here if you are not one who has mastered the art of sit still, quiet the mind, and begin to create. If you've lost that skill, I offer you the Master Key System as a means to go back and begin to lay that into your being. It is a part of you or who you are. If you understand life and learning, you are only being reminded. You're only being reminded, okay? When it comes to simple things like that. So I encourage you to play with that manifestation tool and create you some happy that you can walk and live into. Create you some joy. And how about you be joy for someone else? How about you be the happy that walks into the room, that makes a difference, that has a conversation, that welcomes a new person to your household, neighborhood, church, whatever? How about you be that? I remember being that. I remember my childhood. My mother was avid. My grandmother was avid. We had people, man, the block was always in our house, period. In our house or on our lawn, one of the two. Get the picture. We had all ethnicities hanging out. The food, oh my God, the food was stellar. Can I explain how fun it was tasting all of these delicacies and delights? I'm still a foodie to this very day, and probably because of that, because of getting to love and love beyond color lines. Definitely love who I am. Don't get it twisted. And at the same time, that doesn't take away or stop me from loving any freaking body else. It just doesn't. So if you're using that as an excuse, stop it. Stop it. Knock it off. In your writing, you can address that too. What are my excuses? It does not have to just simply pertain to what we've talked about today, but it is wonderful. It's a great exercise. We talked about introspection in, I ain't gonna even sit here and say what episode. I will simply say go back and check out all the episodes if you have not followed Sanctuary Experience or SXP Metamorphosis 365. The SXP stands for Sanctuary Experience. If you've not followed, it's about that time. If you've not binge watched, it's about that time. Time to grow, refine your growth, test your growth from up. All right. So let me see what I need to share before we go bye-bye, because I really have shared the good stuff. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good. So everything else we could tend to next week. Have an absolutely amazing evening. I will say that if you know that you need a little help, you can email me at lifeissanctuaryxp@gmail.com. lifeissanctuaryxp@gmail.com. How can I help you? I can help you by loving you back to life. We can sit and have the conversation that's been long overdue and much needed, and help you lay out what are those challenges. I specialize in cleaning and clearing trauma. God is giving me something really, really wonderful in Sanctuary Experience, especially the 3-day that's coming up September, the second weekend of September. I believe it's the 12th through the 14th. I take 3 days, my partner and I, 3 days, and she's my Sanctuary Experience Florida affiliate partner, for clarity. Okay, great. We go in for 3 days with the women and handle some business. If you come in March, we're more geared and focused into sisterhood, and we get in each other's lives, and we help make the difference so that when you exit SXP 3-day, you are ready, you are equipped, you are strong, and back to serving your communities. All right. Come in September, you about to get that spiritual work in the water. We're going to work, and it's not playtime. We have a good time. Don't get it wrong. We eat real good. We have fun, and we work it out. Right. Those breakthroughs that you've been seeking. If you know that you need a one-on-one coach or group coaching because there's just something that you can't get past and it is affecting you, I definitely teach business begins in the body. We got to get down to business. If you need that, contact me. And also, when I will say finally, strategy sessions, 2.5 hours to address whatever it is that you are facing in the right now. As an intuit, as a strategist, I am equipped to help you heal and move forward into your purpose. Those breakthroughs you've been waiting on, tap dancing around. Come on already. Come on. Like I said, email me at sanctuary. Life is sanctuary xp@gmail.com. Life is sanctuary, letters X and P @gmail.com. If you would like a faster response and you already know, oh yeah, it's time for me to get on your calendar ASAP Rocky, you text COACHME to 321-443-2495. 321-443-2495. You're texting the words Coach Me, and you will be contacted. Your session will be scheduled. We'll get to work. All right, pumpkin? Okay, I have said everything I need to say. Have a wonderful, beautiful Tuesday evening. I will see you the following Tuesday evening, and I think we'll be up to a little more fun. But again, work. Shout out to Rihanna. I love that song. It keeps me company. It lives in my head rent-free. Let me find the magical exit. This pushing of the buttons is fun, y'all. Do. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to push that one. How about it? Let's see if it works. Yep, I haven't figured that part out yet, so we're going to figure it out together. Let's push on the button. Do. Let's push this button.
BLASTMUSIC247.com. We're changing the industry one artist at a time.